So yeah, this was Work in Progress by Dark. Let's see what he's got. You guys hear it? Down a bit. Damn it, I was looking at that stuff. Okay. Play story. So you got different chapters. I actually like this. I like the HUD. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. You sure want to play character name. Okay, so you're gonna put your character name in there. That's cool. So you're gonna have customized characters, I'm guessing? Get you some. That's nice. Here's that. Okay, 420. HD 420. That's even better. So like a driving game? Is that what this is? Did you go away? Very very PUBG style. Sorry about that. I'm super new to Twitch. Anyway, it's a survival eventually. Okay. Okay. What? What was on that train? What is this? Oh, not go out of. It's a monster without animations. That's hilarious. Oh, there we go. Is that like a dinosaur? Looks like a dinosaur. That's pretty cool. I like the train going through. Ooh, a train, nice. Yeah, you don't see very many trains in games anymore. Actually, kind of reminds me of the Alien Queen. Okay. Did you use Gina Pro for the ground or for the roads, or what are you using for roads? I can tell that looks like alpine meadow biome with the trees. That looks super nice. The character looks super nice too. Oh, can you fly the helicopter? Nice. Vegetation Studio Pro. Okay. I could never get VSP to work with ground textures or anything like that, so that's pretty nice though. It can be a glitchy. Got it. I even said that a bit glitchy. Hear this helicopter audio. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Overall, it doesn't look too bad. I would say your frame rate is actually pretty decent. So that's pretty good. I would say maybe remove this away from your compass there. Kind of clean up some of the HUD here. Overall, it doesn't look bad. And it's kind of weird that you have two compasses, not gonna lie, unless you can see enemies on this one. Nice, you got your altitude and all that. Feel. Does feel actually matter yet? If so, that's pretty crazy. Nah? Okay. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah, you're doing a good job, buds. Temperature. So what kind of survival is it gonna be? Like hardcore survival, weather aspects? You're too close to your mic? God dang it. What kind of survival aspects is it gonna be? Like hunting, food, that sort of thing. Building houses, fighting other players. Yeah, stay where you are now. As hardcore as I can manage. I like to get all vehicles and stuff, then kill the world off, and then whatever you can find. That's and such. Okay, not bad. Are you using what what time of day system are you syncing that with the Gaia one? Spyro? Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad, dude. Not bad at all. Well, are you gonna plan on like multiplayer and all that kind of stuff, or is it more of like a single player survival? I guess you can always go like single player first, and then like work out multiplayer in the end. Is that like your safe house, the house icon? Is that what that is? So you can like build up a base or something. I'm using opposite carriage controls, but exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of games that actually do that. A lot of them. Like I was hopping on with Messi a little while ago, and Green Hell I think started off single player and then eventually went. That train is going super fast. Notice the train's a person. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You just got on that boy. Green runs like hell. Yeah, he does. That's a speed hack right there. If I ever saw one. 100 miles an hour. No problem. That's pretty cool, dude. Not gonna lie. Like you got a pretty solid foundation, I think. Oh, you can hurt yourself. Oh, you can shoot. So, nice. Kill yourself? Yeah, you just kill you. Nice. Yeah, dude, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I do think. Oh snap! Was that a bazooka? Yeah. I'm hoping a month and I'll have some polish. Nice. Yeah. Definitely try to stick to a roadmap. That stuff helps, dude. You know, clean up the UI, that sort of thing. Mess with your processing or your post processing a bit. It was a little dark, which if you're going for that hardcore survival, sometimes you like that kind of darkness, but do it in such a way like use the fog to kind of brighten things up a bit. I've noticed that kind of helps. You know, play with the post processing. And Viro has a lot of that kind of style that you can kind of tweak when you're going through the day and night cycle. So definitely take a style wise, yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. Great there, buds. That was nothing to be crazy about. Nothing to be worried about, I should say. Better way to put that. So it's called Without Purpose. Alright. Definitely let me know definitely know when you got some more stuff. You can hop in there and shoot each other. I'll be a little test dummy. But yeah, so far not looking bad at all, man. Not looking bad at all. Alright. Who else do we want to pick on? Project. I think you're in here. Did you on Steam project? Did you send me Did you send me a copy of the game? I can't remember. Overland Weekend. I don't have a mic on this PC. Okay. No, you're fine. No, I didn't send a copy. Okay, so I'll just pull it up then. One memento. It's called Overland Weekend by Project, which is that. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah. Out of those. No, didn't send a copy. Okay. All right. So here's next up. Project. I gotta turn that down. Transitioning. Got too much valuable information here, buds. All right. So what do we got here? Project. Not release, but a demo is planned in February of 2021. So month, nice. Planned releases in fall of 2020. Release on Steam, which is what we're looking at, using Gaia Pro. What was the best thing about using Worlds? Gaia Pro allows me to make full and less procedural landscapes that can be customized within. I could not make a landscape as nice or as quickly. Nice, man. Um, Favorite tool from us, Gaia Pro. Best asset, Unity asset. Used for me to model the asset and land once, so I can fully functional scene with it. Yes, you can. Um, Scenes with Gaia Pro are also optimized. For the most part, it depends on if you're using your own assets, you would still need to optimize them. But I mean, most of our stuff is stuff. I work on a laptop with a GTX 1050, and I can get frames per second with that hardware. That's actually pretty crazy. Not gonna lie. Not, it's pretty nice though. All right, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Nice audio. Using Pegasus for your trailers? Only short trailer. Right. I would definitely recommend picking up Pegasus for your trailers. Definitely recommend it. Oh, that. Oh, got. Go full screen. I think I use OBS to record it. Yeah, use Pegasus if you can. Use Pegasus, and then use the Unity recorder. Right, use both of those. The lighting on your headlights looks super nice. Not gonna lie. Do you like that? Not bad. So, can you tell me kind of what this game's gonna be? You know, a bit about. I like the model itself. Pretty clean model there. Oh, okay. Never mind. I just saw it. It's the weekend. You have your off-road vehicle ready for a weekend of adventure. Time to hit the trails and find a nice remote of camp. I think I might be using Aurora 2 in some of the scenes. Okay. Game about camping and off-roading. Very nice. Weekend awaits the event. Calling. Hell yeah. Oh, you got a Steam curator already looking at it? Uh, that's a bunch of lies. Like, yeah, you got a Steam curator. and then just nothing's there. I think the curator system is broken. I know with rain we have a lot of them, but don't like off-roading. Yeah. I've personally never done it. I've seen a lot of really cool videos of off-roading. That's not bad. But I'm more of a take it to the streets kind of guy. My vehicles. I think I think I picked up Gaia 2 in a humble bundle or something. Since trying it out, I ended up getting Gaia Pro. Hell yeah. Nice. I will say, in this scene, on most of your scenes, I don't know how it is through all of them. You can actually increase your grass density pretty nicely now. With the Gaia Pro, I would definitely use in the biome itself. There's a global spawn density. But in each resource, you can increase the patches. So I would definitely increase the increments and with the grass spawns. So you're not kind of getting this, more flat grass type look, and this would actually fill out really nicely. Street Racer. Yeah, not gonna lie, I used to, and it was really fun. I had a lot of good memories racing actually. Um, Good stuff there. I do like the ambiance. I do. I like the fog setting in the background. Fog is a really good way of clearing out some of the farther distances and shorten up your rendering, so you're not rendering so much. Good way to optimize that. And it also brings a lot of lighting to the scene, right? And you can set that fog color and kind of brighten up nights stuff. So definitely play fog is a major part when it comes to um game dev. The most miscommon used thing. Yeah, right here is really nice. I like that. I'm still learning Gaia, but so far I'm loving it. Nice. It is amazing. I like the audio. The audio sounds like our Gaia Pro audio. Your audio spheres that you set up, which you can set that up uh really easily, and you can change out those audios and stuff like that. It does spawn according to like the height of the terrain, so your water areas will spawn next to your water, and your windy audio would spawn more in the mountain sides, and um your like forest audio would spawn where a lot of your trees. I think the audio is Gaia. Yeah, it sounds like it. Um, the billboards look nice. I don't know if you're using the new one. They new billboards look really nice. The low lying fog, yeah, that's a really clean touch. Add to that. And a lot of like environmental, like heavy environmental stuff, definitely be using a lot of fog, right? So even though like back here, I can tell that these are billboards, right? So I would maybe increase your fog a bit, but they kind of look like the older billboards. So if you are using the older version of Gaia, I definitely recommend updating to the latest because we just reworked a lot of our billboards. Our trees actually move in the wind and stuff like that now, which is really nice. And you'll really make this like come to life, right? Maybe add some of the Gaia visual effects in this little part of the scene right here, like some butterflies or something like that, or birds or something like that. Give it some more life, right? Um, the wind with the trees will really help. The grass moving a bit will really bring like this shot to life. You know what I mean? Definitely play around with that a bit. But other than that, man, it looks pretty good too. Maybe increasing the patching through here, the instances of the grass through here, kind of make this a little more filled, right? Um, but yeah, looks super clean, looks super nice. I like it. I like the text too. It's bold, but it stands out in such a way that it kind of looks like there's dirt or something on the lettering, which I like. So Viro's moving, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, overall, dude, looks pretty good. Pretty good. I think you said in Aurora. Aurora's for that. Pretty nice. I'll have to check it out when you have a beta coming out or alpha coming out. Demo. Yeah, Aurora too. Looks pretty good there, buds. Pretty good. I'm gonna mute these transition ones. I think I muted it. Oop, I hit pause. Go that way. Thanks. I'll send you a key when I get the game presentable. Hell yeah. Look forward to checking it out, maybe streaming it while we're actually playing it. But yeah, overall looks you got a really good start going on there, bud. Really good start. Casual simulation sport. Nice. 1 gig available space. 5 core processor. 2. Dude, how you got the minimum requirements at 2 gig? Well, I guess. Well, actually, that makes sense. Keep that gig usage low. So with Steam, you want 8 gigs or less, right? When you make your builds or you make your scenes and stuff like that, when you make your world itself, add in your grass, your vegetation, make a build, see what your RAM usage is, right? So that way you have an idea. Then start adding in all of your objects, your scene placements. Remember that each scene that you go to determine your RAM usage. So if you're using too much, maybe try splitting that up and maybe load a different scene, right? Gaia streaming is good for that. Sector is good for that, or any of the tools allow you to use world streaming in such a way. Definitely take a look. If you're using too much RAM usage. Also use stuff like Nathan or Nathaniel, I think is his name, has a really good optimization tool, Mesh Combiner. Check that out as well. That might be a huge area I overlooked. Yeah, definitely check that out. That's a very common one, um, that people kind of forget about. So I like to bring that up as much as possible. Um, about this game, I didn't even read this. You have your grandfather's old off-road vehicle and some camping gear. Time to spend the weekend exploring the local forest and do wild camping. Overland weekend, you travel to the wilds in your off-road vehicle camp. You can upgrade your overland vehicle and your camping gear to get the most out of your weekend. Woods. You'll need to find a balance between journey and relaxation. Use your budget to slowly upgrade your overland rates. That's super nice, dude. I can't wait to test it out. Um, you have got to be able to use more than that if it's available, though. It would be okay if you had janky config settings that you dial the options down. Yeah, that is true too. So, I mean, you always want to shoot higher than what, like, 8 gigs is the standard on Steam, right? So you don't want to go any more than 8 gigs. On top of that, you have to realize if your game is multiplayer, like, how are they going to communicate, right? Are they going to communicate through Discord? Are they going to have their own in-game voice options? So if they are communicating through Discord, then you have to worry about, what does this game run with this in Discord or this in TeamSpeak or this in what other programs? Then are you going to want people to stream your game? So then you have, granted, streamers are a little bit different because now you're more worrying about not so much about their specs because they should have a decent computer, but you should still try to keep that that RAM usage as low as possible, right? Lowering your texture quality from like 4K down to like 2048 or something like that can significantly reduce that. The more terrains you have, the more splat maps it generates, and all that is saved memory in your RAM usage that you can't control. So keep in mind when you have more terrains in your scene or so many terrains, that's automatic storage that's right there that you can't do anything about, right? Um, so keep all of that stuff in mind when you're developing. But yeah, streamers is a little different. They should have decent computers, but not everybody does. Especially lower end streamers, right? Lower end streamers probably don't have the money to really push out their computers, right? They're in the process of getting started with streaming, and they're on some older, gaming PC that they have. So maybe they don't have any more than 12 gigabytes RAM or something like that. You just never know, right? But streamers are a good way to get your game out there. Um, so you want people streaming your game. All those kind of things, you don't really necessarily think of, or you're not really told when you're developing games, that is kind of important in the long game, right? So, oh yeah, didn't think of any of that. Lessons probably learned. Yeah. I've learned that lesson multiple times. Not gonna lie. Do you have any tips regarding train draw calls and how keep them down without sacrificing aesthetics too much? My tips for that is heavily optimization. Right, start to use like something like Mesh Combiner, or let's say you've got um a building, but that building is made up of 100 different parts. Take that, put it into Blender, and then make that into one object itself and reduce those draw calls, right? Um, if you're in, like, let's say, Jerry, your game is sometimes really dark, or just anybody's in general. If you have a really dark game, you don't need you don't need shadows, right? So take off the shadowing. Um, some not all objects need shadows, so take that off, right? Bake your lighting, bake reflection probes. Um, try to reduce, right? Try to get, group up everything, and then use something like Mesh Combine and Mesh Combine certain areas, sector that off. Gaia Streaming will do it as well. All those different kind of tricks you can do to save on those, right? Um, I've mostly been focusing on keeping the FPS low. Yeah, I mean that is important too. Like you have to keep that FPS low, but you also, have to be cognizant of all these other things that you're doing, so that way you don't run into the right. Especially if you're doing multiplayer, because multiplayer will hammer you. That's a whole nother ball game when you get into multiplayer, right? Then you got to worry about client side or server side. Well, if you worry about client side, you can get hacked pretty easily. If you worry about server side, that stuff's a lot harder to do. You know what I mean? Um, but it's more worth it in the end if you can find somebody that's a good networker, um, and to help you with that. And there's tons of you all the time. So definitely take all that kind of stuff. Continuous improvements. Basically, it never ends. It never ends. You're game deving. You're trying to save as much as possible everywhere you look. Right. Let's say you got let's say you know um project your game, right? You're driving around, and you're going up mountains and all these different landscapes. Those little small pebbles don't need 4K resolution, right? You're not going to see them. Maybe the big boulders, right? You're going to want to increase those res, because the player is going to see that more, versus that small little pebble on the ground that they're just going to drive past in 2 seconds, right? Um, so pick and choose what you want the player to be able to see and what good quality needs to be where, right? If I'm making a survival game and I'm just kind of first person running around in a forest, yeah, I'm gonna want my ground textures to be kind of high because they're gonna see it unless I got a lot of lush vegetation. Um, or I want my trees to look pretty decent. Um, so I'm not gonna really sacrifice on that, but maybe some of the buildings can be sacrificed on. Or if you do a lot of culling, you can say, turn off all those objects that I don't need to see. Reduce the draw distance. Use fog to hide where you're reducing. And then now you're focusing on that area of where you're looking at, right? And then now, you can kind of increase that up a bit and say, okay, now I can go up to 2048 or I can go up to 8K or 4K, whatever it is, right? Because now I'm only really rendering this small area of objects and the rest of the game is too far away for my player to actually notice what's going on. They don't care what's way off in the distance. They only care what's right in front of them at that moment. Just a couple of things to keep in mind of, maybe to help out, thinking wise. 2 steps forward, leaps and bounds back. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. There's so many things that like you'll get into an area, and I've done this numerous times with different games. I've helped with so many games, um, and I'll see an area that's just jam packed with all these buildings and really cool stuff to see, and it's a single player game, but they're only there for like 2 minutes, right? They're kind of in and out of that, right? The best thing that I could say is find somebody that is willing to play your game and ask them to record it, right? Watch their recording, figure out where they're going, figure out how long they're staying in certain parts, figuring out if they're having some trouble with something, maybe a UI or a quest or just trying to understand the game. As you're designing the game, you don't really think about all those things, right? You're like, all right, I got my UI done, I've got my menus done. This is how you move. This is pretty standard movement, AWSD. So people should just know that. But you'll be surprised that there'll be a lot of people that'll be like, well, how the hell do you play this game? And it's like, oh, okay, WASD. All right. But yeah, get people to play it and ask them to record their experience playing and figure out, have them do audio of kind of what they feel about the game. And 9 times out of 10, you'll see something that you worked really hard on and you want it to be a vocal point. And they'll walk in, look around, pick up something if it's an object that they can pick up, and walk right back out. And you're like, oh, well, I just spent all this time, you know, hours of designing this area to make it look really, really nice. And they looked at it for like 4 seconds. That's so then you start to realize, all right, so if I make this a vocal area, what do I need to add in here to get people to stay in here and look around, right? Maybe put writing on the wall or put a mission on something to make it kind of stand out and glow and make them look around. Or if it's a puzzle game, right, you really want them to look around for things. All those kind of different aspects. You called. I did not call. But overall, project looks really really cool so far. Um, definitely cool to see what you come up with. I do like building in cars and stuff like that. I do like vehicles overall in general. Um, Stuff like that is always interesting to me. And especially if you have really good environmental looks, like environments can make or break the visual aspects of what you're wanting to portray in whatever scene, right? Like if you're making a horror game, you're not gonna want sunny out, right? You're gonna want dark as possible. You're gonna want um some creepy fog, some really crazy horror ambiance in the background. Um, maybe somebody screaming in the background, but you're not gonna want butterflies flying around, right? Keep in mind what you're designing and developing. All right. Well, that's enough of that. I'll probably spill all sorts of. But yeah, if you guys have questions or anything like that, ask me. That's what I'm here for. Not. It doesn't necessarily have to be Procedure Worlds related. If you have questions overall about game design, for the most part, I'll try to help as much as possible. Buffalo, make sure you send me your latest and greatest. Have one. Um. So yeah, Jerry, my man, you're up next. What's your history in game development? Well, I've worked on multiple games. Currently, I have a release game. Go easy. I have a release game called Reign of Darkness. With me and one other guy. And a small handful of team. It's on Steam. I've worked in Procedural Worlds, developing, environmentals, design for games. I've kind of did a little bit of software engineering with Gaia, a little bit. Um, I work on a lot of audio stuff, marketing, websites, social media, pretty much anything from A to Z. Pretty much. Night Shadow's a real one. Always helping the homies. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Doris. I appreciate it. I try to help out as many people as possible. I've had multiple studios, big studios, contact me and need help with something, and I'll kind of go in there and help them out as much as possible. I've had small indie guys say, "Hey, I need this done," and kind of help out. I do for the most part, as much as possible. Like I said, Procedure Worlds keeps me busy enough, but um, anywhere I normally can. So yeah, uh, my stepfather worked on Oblivion. That's where I got the heart for game design. Um, and then from there, like I started learning game design since I was in middle school, and then I started making my own games. I worked on a couple of decent little projects. Um, made a few of my own. Yeah, pretty much anything that you can think of. I've either had my hand in it somewhere or have helped. I'm not an expert by any means, and I don't want to come off as an expert in every field, but I know enough in a lot of different aspects of game dev. I think that kind of helps. I always say I'm a jack of all trades and then master of adapting, not master of none. That's always been my joke. Um, but yeah. All right, Jerry, it is your turn. So Jerry made a game called Chaos. Um, we looked at it. I think our first or second uh stream of games made with Procedure Worlds. He was in kind of prototyping slash alpha demo phase. Um, made a lot of good progress from what I hear. Quite different now, yeah. So I'm excited. I did update the other day, so I think we're good to go there. And yeah. So you currently upgraded to Gaia Pro. Been pushing a lot of updates since the last stream. And yeah, it's currently on Steam. Um Stay it live. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. That sucks. I don't know why it didn't work. I was hoping it did. Maybe because I don't have that set up in every single one. Maybe it's just in my live scene that works. I need to set it up for all of them. Oh, can you try it again? Or no? Great. I don't know. Oh, see if you can try it again. See if it works. I'm curious. I just set that up the other day, so I don't know if it's officially working or not. Gonna need double my money back, fam. Ah. I don't know where the look, just kidding. I don't know where the whole refund points thing is. I know that we looked it up for you, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, everybody, Doris is I'm out of bits. I'm out of bits. Oh, isn't it? It's channel points though, yeah? I thought it was channel points. Yes. Ah, man, I'm gonna have to get that working. That sucks. Yeah, so don't you have both. Say it live is bits. Oh. Alright. Well, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to fix that for some reason. I don't know why. I I thought it was just points. So that's weird, actually. I'll refund it to you. Don't worry, Doris. I got you, buddy. You already subbed to me, so it's okay. All right. Let's see. Jerry, I'm gonna call you. Hey, what's up, buddy? Hold on one second. I had to turn down that volume, brother, so I can hear you. How you doing? You hear me? Oh.
Good, how are you?
Oh, my push to talk is not on. Fun. Or I have push to
Can
talk
you hear
on.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's take a look. So you've done a lot of cool stuff. Should I start a new game then?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Let's start a new game.
I'm getting quite a bit of an echo from you.
Oh, it's because you got my stream open too. Just mute my stream. I don't know how delayed it is. That's why I was. The
Yeah,
last.
it did seem like there was a bit of a delay.
Yeah, yeah. The last time I played the knight or the warrior and the sorcerer. I think I've played all three of them now. I'm gonna go sorcerer because I remember sorcerer was so much easier to play.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm not sure if I put a lot of the changes in with her gameplay, just with spell casting. I'm not sure if it was like that when you played or not.
I can't remember. Who do you made the most amount of changes to? The knight or the warrior? Hey, Gun. Thanks
Uh,
for following, buddy.
I would say the most changes. Well, I mean the gameplay is similar, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like controls. It's just a matter of what weapons and what your statistics are, I guess. But the controls should be the same.
Yeah, I might go sorcerer because last time I went warrior, I got creamed.
Yeah, she seems to be the favorite pick of most people. I'm
Yeah,
not sure why.
that first boss is just it's rough. I do love this though. I love your entry to this, and I think I noticed that last time. Um, that your entry and your like loading into it. super clean, I would say.
Cool. Thank you.
Turn this up on here. You guys can get a feel of this. Are these custom images? They were, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're actually just scanned pencil drawings with a little bit of ink mixtured for highlights around edges.
Sorry, I remember. Yeah.
There's a little bit of watercolor added in too for gradients.
Yeah, it is nice. Really nice. That would be the devil. Centaur looking devil.
It's if you're familiar with anything from H.P. Lovecraft, it's supposed to be my kind of interpretation of one of the I forget what the name of them are, but they're the flute players that keep um, they play this like awful music that keeps the god Azathoth asleep.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not too familiar of it. I do know that we kind of talk about H.P. Lovecraft and Reign of Darkness a bit. Um, I think one of my, my co-partner or whatever, he really loves H.P. Oh
Yeah,
wow, you really did change this up a bit. Just
yeah,
the first few seconds, I
yeah. There's
I can already see post processing changes. It feels like
hmm
uh the environment vegetation looks a little more pushed out a bit. Looks super nice.
yeah. I'm kind of thinking I might have gone a little overboard in some areas. But I made the upgrade to the URP because I felt like it was going to help me in some areas with post processing and with just better graphics fidelity that I was trying to go for, and for potential expansion in the future. Um, but in
Oh,
doing
nice. I like.
so, it yeah, I added the whole tutorial thing. Um,
Yeah, that's good.
it was a complaint I got from quite a few players from Steam. Just didn't quite know exactly how to play. I don't know if they just didn't play Dark Souls games or other Souls likes, and there are a few changes that I've made, so
Yeah,
I figured
I've
I'd just
actually
throw them out.
never played one. Not gonna lie, I've never played Dark Souls.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. X use current item. I don't remember how to target. I know you can target. Okay. Middle
Uh,
mouse button F to target.
yep,
That's right. All right. Now I remember. Shift is to roll.
and hold it to sprint.
Yes. Suck that. Now we gotta get the dark essence of some of them. Drop it. Some of them. Yeah, the vegetation actually is pretty nice. You got a little bit of popping. Um, I would maybe change a little bit of that up. Your
Sure.
draw distance or your distancing. That
Yeah.
your LOD distancing. Essence of Chaos. Now I remember this really matters when it comes to leveling up your character. And if you die, you have a chance of getting it back, but
Yeah.
you
So
can't die again.
right. So every enemy that you killed gives you essence automatically, and you can see that all those skeletons you just killed gave you 20 each. So you're up to 60 now. And then you get random drops from some enemies, just like in the Souls games, and some of them are soul items that you basically cash in or use the item to harness that soul, which gives you more essence. And then, yes, if you die, one of the game mechanics is that you drop all of it that you have, all the actual essence. And then, if you get back to that position where you died, you can recover it. But if you die before you get there, then it's gone.
Yeah.
That does not apply to items that like soul items basically or essence items that you have in your inventory. So you can hold those for longer and use them later.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. Because you can equip those essentially and like pretty much say, hey, I want to use these now.
Right.
Now, what is still interesting? Oh, I like that. That I feel like that's new. I don't remember that last time.
The flamethrower.
Yeah, the flamethrower.
Yeah, so I wanted to add it's just a little twist, I guess. Every catalyst in the game that you use to cast a spell has its own special or power attack, basically, which would be like your right trigger or your heavy attack, and then your light attack is what casts the actual spell. So I added that in, and then I added the ability to move around during casting animations for some attacks because a lot of players struggled with the difficulty of casting a spell and standing still, and because it takes time, a lot of times it leaves you open to get hit. So I kind of played with that a little bit. It's not for every spell; it depends what it is. But casting fireballs, you can move around and try to evade incoming attacks that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did notice the dragon, and I know that he's a crucial part later in the game. And you see him a couple of times.
Maybe.
Okay. I don't know if how much you've changed. The environment is pretty quality, man. Yeah. This looks like the post-apocalyptic. Oh, I hate that word. Skybox almost.
Um,
Uh,
I don't know that one, but this is a skybox from another kit I bought. Uh, it's the gigantic dark fantasy environment kit, I believe, from Tropical Studios.
oh, okay. All right.
And that skybox
Oh,
was a part of it.
I remember these wolves are super hard. I remember that all too well, actually. Get away from me. Aha. This is cheating, chat. What do you use for the death fade? Oh, shoot, there's another one.
I created my own, and actually this is part of the reason I wanted to go to the URP was I used Shader Graph and created my own shader. And so what happens is I do a material swap on death, and you'll see it right. Yeah, that one was actually pretty clean. Depending on the enemy, some of them aren't as clean of a swap, but you can see the material actually swap that has it reassigns the normal texture from the enemy to the new material, and then I use basically my own custom dissolve feature in a shader that I made, and that was just following a couple of different tutorials and piecing together what I wanted for it. So
Those wolves bite hard. Remember that. I died a lot to those beginning. Oh, there's. Oh yeah, that's the axe. Now, last time I remember. Oh, um, I noticed that you can get the weapons for pretty much everybody, and they're pretty much in the exact same spot for every run through. Is there any plans to change it to character? Oh, that guy's new. Is there any plans to change it to character like the character that you choose versus just everybody gets it?
um, no, I kind of wanted to leave like you mean like the locations in the world of the different weapons and spells you can get.
Yeah, so like I remember pretty much almost remember where all the oh god, he leaps. Yeah, suck it. Oh, oh, he pushed me. Oh, I'm gonna die. No, 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 no. Okay. Whoo, whoo, he's new. I don't remember him. You're gonna die, dude. Dude, I can't count the number of times I died. The first time I played this, I actually had to switch to the sorcerer just so I can live.
Right. Well, and a lot of that came with some of the difficulty of playing, with the sorceress because you couldn't move when she was casting a spell, and I agreed with people that the fairness of it, I guess, wasn't very balanced. So yeah, kind of made a little bit of changes in a few places here and there, tried to spice up the world a bit.
Yeah, this is all new. This looks pretty good. Now you can smash these. That box got super huge when I hit it.
I just saw it. It was a little bit delayed, but yeah, I don't know why that happened.
All good there. Poppy Stone. Thanks for following, buddy. Wrong. I do find it a little weird, and I think I mentioned this last time. It's a little weird that your magic and your stamina are the same thing. Did find that a little
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Has anybody else said anything about that?
Um, honestly, no. But
Really?
it was mentioned a few times, but it wasn't like it wasn't brought up negatively, I guess. I'll tell you this, Dark Souls 3 is probably my all-time favorite game, but I
Mm-hmm.
hated the casting system because you had a mana pool that you casted from that was basically a third stat which would replace my ability bar, which you see in yellow. Um, but you only had a certain number of casts that you could use a spell before you had to um, use a consumable item to replenish that. And
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I didn't like that idea, that concept. I mean, I get why they did it and why it's done that way for balance, but I didn't want to do that, and I also didn't feel like coding a whole nother consumable item to handle that stat as well, and so
for sure.
I went this route.
Yeah, I mean overall, I'm really noticing a lot of the changes though, and I mean it feels a lot better. Um, I thought this was a save point.
Yeah, it is. Anytime you interact with those, it saves your progress.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not sure why you have an extra slot showing there underneath of the cemetery, but that's okay.
Now this is the first boss besides that werewolf one. I know this because of the cutscene. Actually, I want to increase my audio here. Uh, tab. That's increase my audio because I really like what you did with this. Now this guys is using Pegasus, for this like cutscene here. Right? I really thought was cool. Little backwards emission, kind of backwards dissolve effect. Dissolve in instead of I like that. The vegetation has improved. I will say that. Oh, he's a
Yeah, you
little
know,
faster now.
yeah, it's
He's a lot faster.
I
Oh
made some
God,
changes to the AI.
he wasn't that fast before. Barely hear the game. All right, let me turn this up a bit. It's probably my
Uh,
output capture.
I'll be honest, I'm not like I don't, at least in my testing on my machine, I don't remember seeing that much popping with the LODs on everything. I don't know what's causing that, but
Let
and it could
me
be
let me check my. I'm on high, very high. I'll see if changing this. There's a little bit of popping there. Let's. All right, so we have to collect my essence before he kills me again, or else I lose it all. Shadow, you. Yeah, yeah. Now you're just getting old, Shadow. Yeah. Oh God, no, no, no. What's my massive ability? I forgot.
it's basically a jumping ground slam.
I forgot how to use it though. I remember that's what it was, but I don't.
Q on your keyboard.
You okay? Get away from me! Shaboom! Oh, you still hurt really bad. Yeah, you're super fast there, buds. God. Now I almost feel like I wish I had the block. No! No! See, this is why I switched to sorcerer, but now I'm thinking knight is the better way to go, at least for this boss. I don't know if I can get past this guy, and my essence is now like right next to him when I come in here. Oh god.
So I mean, this is basically the whole concept of Dark Souls, though, is just learning to be more patient and not, um, I guess, for lack of a better term, greedy with your hits.
Yeah.
You kind of want to get in, get a couple of swings with a sword, or cast a spell and dodge away
Dip.
from his direction of attacking. Um, he does track you a little bit when he's in the middle of a combo, but if you roll out of the way, and get practice with that, you can dodge all of his hits pretty easily.
See, this is the part though that I feel would be a little. Oh, I gotta collect this essence before he kills me. Uh, a little rough when it comes to the whole stamina magic thing, right? Because with the sorcerer, you're gonna. Oh god, no, 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 no! I didn't get it. I lost all my essence. Well, with having the stamina as your magic, your sorcerer runs out of uh your bind stat altogether really
Right,
fast.
right.
So if I throw like one fireball at him, then I have the penalty of you know refreshing it essentially. Maybe try easy. I don't think there is an easy difficulty. I think it's just all one difficulty.
Yeah, there is no easy mode in Dark Souls. There should be enough stamina starting with that you can cast one fireball and then roll out of the way, uh, and pray for a little bit of RNG with his attacks.
Roll of the gods. Me. Oh, it says 0. Okay. Yeah, I lost all my essence, chat. Oh, God. Did it double tap? Roll or double
Just a single tap for your
shift?
shit. Yeah.
Shift. Okay. Is this multiplayer? I missed that. No, I don't think it's multiplayer. It's a single player.
It is single player for now.
Oh no! Get away from me! All right, I'm getting the hang of this chat. Whoa there, buds. Hang of this. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Good. Oh God. Oh God. No, no, no. Oh, there's the good old fire. Remember that. Drink that. He's learning. Not very well. I don't learn. So cute. Yeah, I know. Chat, I'm a pro player, okay? I'm getting close to the fire. I can hear it. I'm not. Blood. Oh God. No, 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 no. Ow. It hurts there,
So
buds.
one of the one of the things that people that are more familiar with Dark Souls is sometimes playing as a sorcerer or a pyromancer, anything magic related, can be difficult to start. And
Mm.
through like like a good portion of the game to start with, but you end up becoming so overpowered with more of the spells later on that it takes a little more skill, a little more practice to play with, and that's kind of what I'm trying to emulate, I guess, is that feeling. It's like if there was a hard mode, it would be playing as the sorceress to start with.
So we're just gonna skip through that a bit. Let's go back to my old roots that I remember.
Okay.
Oh, these guys are a little harder now. I have more essence slash stamina. I feel more empowered right now than I would normally.
Should have another spell as well.
Shit, pow! I think so. Inventory. Oh, I don't have enough mana to use it. I think that's what it was.
Oh, you missed one. That's why. I remember now.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, see that skill chat? That's the way it's done. You just you skip right through it. Miss all the best content.
Um, One thing that people don't, I don't know if you knew this, but with some of the spells you can actually aim them without locking on. So using your camera, the spell the throwing direction basically is based on where your camera
Damn
is
it.
facing. So if you see an enemy off in the distance, but you can't quite um, lock onto him, you can always try to throw from a distance, just loft it up in the air and have fun
Yeah,
doing that.
I'm good with that unless they're chasing me. If they're chasing me, I'm done so. Now I remember this guy was pretty rough too, not gonna lie. Do spells weaken with distance?
No, they don't. But it
Oh,
is.
I didn't know.
I mean, it's not easy. It takes a little bit of practice trying to throw it from you know
I got
50
pretty
yards
good at
away.
it for a minute there. Shoryuken! Oh, I missed him completely there. Sure. He dodges. Get away from me. Yeah! Yeah, I beat you this time there, buds. Gotcha, gotcha. Is the I don't know if I can say it. The dragon. How's that can he be beaten now?
Um, yes, it's not going to be easy because you're at a low level. Um, but he
That's like
can
an
be
end
beaten.
game dragon. Or more
Yeah,
like middle game.
it's one of those things I wanted to introduce to the player early in the game if they explore.
Ow!
And I
Ow!
want it to be this overpowering experience, and then forget about it and go a different direction and go play the rest of the game, and then think, oh, you know what, I might be more powerful now. I'll take it on again. But if you know the game and you've played it and you had the skill and you want to challenge, you can go down and take. I want to say him, but I don't really think it has a gender. Uh, you could take on that fight early on and get one of the better weapons in the game to start with. But it's, he's got a large health pool, um, does a new area of effect damage that you probably didn't see the last time. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
mainly he just stomped on me a lot.
yeah.
And then I ran
Now,
away like a little girl.
yeah, now he flies up in the air and blows fire all over the ground if you get too close.
Gotcha. Oh, here's another stone. Two. That's a saving stone. Alright, where's this? I don't remember. I do really enjoy it. Oh, a little issue with your barrier there.
Oh, whoops.
This is where the dragon is. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Although I remember him I thought he landed on it. He land on it? Buy it every time.
He flies by and lands out there.
Now, chat, if we would have killed that first boss, we would have came from down here ish. Down here to the left, if I remember correctly. Right, and
Yes.
there's a really gnarly guy that's down here too. I bet he's right there. Yep. Guy's pretty OP. I love the characters in this though. I think you did really good job on the character. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. We're just gonna hit a tree there. No problem. All right, come on. Nope. Eh. Plans for a ranger class. Love using bows.
Um, well, I'll be honest. I have some big plans down the road for a big expansion. I have a concept for a new playable area. It's I'm not going to do any like paid DLC. I'm just going to do a big update so anybody that has it can will just get it for free. I plan on adding two new classes at some point. One will be kind of like a I can't decide either between a ninja or a samurai type character, or maybe a kind of a hybrid of both, with some new armor or with some new weapons, like katanas, and also um, throwing weapons such as like throwing stars and knives and things like that. Uh, and then I also have plans for kind of an assassin class with some daggers and some more different weapons, and I planned on having more ranged weapons like bows along with that character. Um, and my goal for this expansion, for the big expansion, would be to also include multiplayer. Um, I it's my goal. I don't know if it's going to happen. I've tried it several times and I fail miserably every time. I'm hoping somebody else just comes out with another solution that I can, you know, piggyback off of and implement it in the game. So I would like to have kind of an invasion system, kind of like in Dark Souls, where wherever you're at in the world, if you're online, somebody else can come into your world as like an agent of chaos or an agent of the darkness and uh, try to kill you, basically. So it'd be like a PvP battle in the open world, um, something like that. So and and I'm looking at a snowy environment type deal up higher in the mountains. I've got some cool assets I've partially been working on myself and some stuff I've invested in. And yeah, I guess it really depends on how successful the game becomes over time. You know, if it makes financial sense to keep working on it, because I've got some other projects in mind as well, and I'm still learning, so it's not perfect as you can see.
What you got me there
Uh,
for, buds?
yeah, that's why I need you.
No kidding. Oh,
Uh,
I love that dragon in the distance. Pretty
yeah.
gnarly.
So um, but yeah, there I plan on having stuff down the road. I saw somebody asked
Nice.
how long the game is currently. Um, it took me and a couple of my testers. Well, it didn't take me very long, and I can't really judge how long my time is, but I have one person who tested the game, and on their first playthrough, even having a good idea of what the game was and where things were and what needed to be done, I guess what the goal is. It took them about 15 hours. It took another guy about 25, and that was just for the first playthrough of new game. And there was one player on Steam, the fastest playthrough that I've seen, or that anyone's confirmed with me, has been 10 hours to get through from beginning to end. But they're very good at Souls games. They've played all the Souls games, all the Bloodborne games, Demon Souls. They play every Souls like on Steam, so they had said they flew through it pretty easy once they kind of understood the mechanics a little bit and kind of picked up on what needed to be done early. But they played through New Game Plus up to New Game Plus 5, so they logged about 35 hours, I think, on the game.
Here's some of the other weapons, chat. I did collect a lot of them. Oh, he just dragged it over.
You want to click the slot you want to equip to.
That's right.
So yeah.
There's what happens when you kill the boss. You get this weapon.
Yeah, that so that spiked club or hobgoblin's mace has that was his weapon, and most I guess not all the bosses have weapons, but most of them will drop a weapon or a spell or something significant for you. So you get the club from that first boss, and then obviously there's a penalty. So you see the X over it in inventory, and that means you don't have the correct stats to wield it. And so when you try to wield a weapon that you don't have the stats for, the animations are much slower, and the damage is drastically reduced. But
Weapons
you can't.
upgradable?
The
No,
weapons
just
themselves are not, no.
but you can like the world's got a bunch of weapons that you can find and pick up and stuff like that. Like this is one of the world if I'm
Um,
pretty fast.
the
It's on the
broadsword.
bridge. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember it being on the bridge. See if I can kill somebody with the sword.
yeah. So weapons are not upgradable, but your stats are. And then as you progress through the game, you find more weapons of similar types that have better stats for them. Um, and you can, when in your inventory, you can view the stats for each weapon. I've added, I've and changed a little bit of what types of stats are associated with each weapon. Basically, you have a stagger percentage, which tells you how like a percentage of how many a percentage of how many hits will cause the enemy to stagger. Otherwise, they can continue to hit or swing through what your attacks. And you also have a critical hit percentage. So the ratio to how many times you hit an enemy when it will cause a critical hit and do up to 50% more damage. And yeah, the
Now
weapons
this
don't
is
break. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're fine. I was gonna say this is where that boss battle was. So that goes to that way, and then I think you have to go this. No, you can go either way, but that way's locked until you go through this. I know. I don't want to go through.
Yeah, yeah. So you cycled around up through the fortress. You kind of go underground to get into the fortress, up in, fight your way through there, and then you cycle. You can circle back around this way, and then after you do some things, other areas open up that you can move out to.
Sorry, my lady came in, asked me if I wanted a drink, and I do. The stream's gonna
Sweet.
get a whole lot interesting. No. No, yeah, overall, dude, I really like the changes. Oh yeah, the sword, if you want it, it's up here. And you have to kill this guy. And the sword's all the way back here, like in this corner. I think it's right there off this dead guy.
Yeah, it's hovering over that pile of bones.
The things that I can retain is interesting sometimes. I
Sure.
remember playing this and like I remember there's a whole bunch of trolls. You have to get this gate open. It was pretty cool. Yeah, you guys doing a speed run? Look, I just gave you a good pointers. All right. Well, I have to go now. Get going, unfortunately, but I'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your stream. Hey, brother, I appreciate it. Thank you for the sub there. I appreciate that as well, brother. And I'll catch you next time.
Cool.
But yeah, so far, dude, I haven't figured out how to get this gate open yet. I don't know if you can, but
Yes, that's where you have to go next, actually. But so when you first loaded this save, that was in the area where you killed the Cyclops boss, and you need to if after you killed him, it would have played a cutscene that showed you where you're supposed to go next,
oh,
which
there's a skelly
was
there hiding in the bush. Oh yeah, yeah, I do kind of remember that now, actually.
yeah. So there was when you're down in the caves, there was a door you there was a door you couldn't go through until you killed the Cyclops, and then that opens that door.
Uh, one thing I do suggest is probably locking it on one. Um,
Moving the camera around. Sorry.
yeah, like
Yeah.
lock the camera. Fortress Bazaar. If I remember correct, is it Temple? No, Sanctuary. That's it. Where you go to upgrade.
In the
Yeah.
sanctuary.
So,
Yeah.
so this is where you go to upgrade chat. You go here, and then like you can.
Right. Which was just up the stairs where you were just at, in case people miss it.
So my essence is there, but to level up, I have to get that much essence.
Yeah.
Remember,
So
when
you
you
have.
die, you gotta get some of that back. You ain't gonna be leveling up fast.
Right, but
And
you have items in your inventory, remember, that contain essence that you can consume.
those. So, I almost have enough to upgrade. Oh,
That's interesting. Is it not letting you interact with it?
yeah, no. Second. Oh, those are for Streamlabs. You click on them and you get like extra points. That. And you do get a weapon in here if I remember correctly, or a shield actually. Shield in here. First shield you get. Oh, you can push these. Ah, yeah,
They're
suck it,
actually those
chairs.
those are all breakable.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Haha.
roll.
Yeah, suck it, chairs. I've been clicking them, but not for that reason. Yeah, overall, dude, I can feel the progress you've made. Like, this actually looks super clean now. It looks super good, too.
It feels good. I've put a lot of work into it, but again, I'm still making things better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it feels and looks really. This is your inventory stuff that you don't hold on you. Okay, so what are these? Are these pillars the main four bosses you kill,
Uh,
and then like they light up once you kill them?
yep.
Five.
So you've killed one of the main bosses, and there's 5 total. So, and then if you look over by where the storage box was, you'll see smaller pillars, and those are actually optional bosses. And so you've
Oh,
killed one of those.
nice. Look at me, chat. Look at me go. Killed things in my last playthrough. It was actually probably easier the last playthrough than it was this one. Not gonna lie. Sorcerer's a little harder to play this time. I love the character design. I really do.
Yeah, I outsourced quite a bit of that. Actually, I mean, you can buy that model on one of the asset stores. I can't remember. Um, and it came fully rigged, and I just modified a few things here and there.
What's the overall story about? Or did I explain a
So,
little bit?
yeah, sure. There is no voice acting or anything in the game. Any of the lore in the game can be found by looking at the items and reading their item descriptions. Each item has information about the item itself and then also a story snippet. So the more items you collect, the more you can paint that overall picture. And just to give a quick synopsis, I guess. The story goes there is a cult, I guess, of evil people that are they worship I don't know. I don't have like an actual word for it. It's like what's called the nameless one. It doesn't have a name. It's this dark entity basically that sits at the center of the universe. And it's one of those like cosmic horror type things, kind of like in H.P. Lovecraft's stories. And basically, this cult is trying to awaken this being, this god, basically. And when he's awake, he sees our existence and consumes like our reality for energy, for sustenance, basically. And he's kept asleep by uh, these flute players, or these beings that keep him asleep because it's not good for the entire universe, basically. And so um, you're basically that ritual has started. And when that ritual to awaken him starts, it rips a tear in our reality, which is what I portrayed through that little drawing in the intro cutscene. Um, and what happens is like energy from that reality starts radiating into our world, and it manifests as like our nightmares, things that terrify people. And I didn't quite get to the type of monsters necessarily that I was initially going for, but I felt like this worked for what where I was at. So you have like evil uh, beings that are basically inhabiting the land and have killed everything in this area. And so your role is basically fighting for the good guys. And over time, this ritual has happened many times, and over the years throughout these battles, the best warriors throughout the lands are basically summoned to be a part of this guiding light. And the leaders of like the good side, I guess. I don't really have a name for them either. It's just kind of obscure, and you can paint the picture however you want. But the leaders basically of the good people um, have learned to harness part of that energy and basically mutate people with it in a way that they can handle it and harness it. And so you take on the role as one of these people who can harness that energy. So that's kind of goes along with the whole collecting essence and the ability to wield it, and with increased strength and stamina, and basically building up your power for that final battle at the end. And
That's what I'm
so
curious about. I want to see that final battle.
it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. It's not easy, I'll say that. The enemy is very cool looking, I think, and his attacks are pretty cool, or its attacks. But but yeah, it goes more in depth into it in my in the item descriptions if you want to paint a whole picture of it. But if you don't care, it doesn't matter. You just know you're a person who has special powers in some way, and you got to go kill stuff. So
It's pretty wicked. Like the time that I did get the chance to actually play and sit down and run through it, I really enjoyed it. I'm not normally a big fan of the whole Dark Souls, mainly because I haven't played them, so I don't know. But the feel of this game is pretty solid, and it's now. Let me ask you this: so is the game is for sale and all that kind of stuff. So what have you done as far as like marketing side of things? Kind of push out the name of it, or are you kind of just letting it be organic?
I am well. I started, I guess, with trying to just post as a bunch of screenshots and engage with people on Reddit, on Twitter. I have a Facebook. I have an Instagram, and a lot of that stuff is new to me. And I'm not much of a businessman, so I'm going based off of what people recommend to do on YouTube and what other people I see other small indie games doing. Um, I took out a couple of ads on Facebook actually to share some or to boost some posts to get more awareness. Um, I felt like the more I did that, the more negativity it brought in. I mean, yeah, if anybody, that's watching and is doing that type of thing, just like know that it's gonna happen. There's people out there that are gonna just crap on you. I mean, I get it all the time still because it's just another Dark Souls clone, or it's a ripoff, it's asset theft, it's this, it's that, and it's like it's from people who have never done it first of all and just have nothing better to do.
I
Um,
always say in that situation, one of two things. One is that if you're getting haters, you're doing something right.
yeah, exactly.
Unless you're
And
like, some scammy shit on Kickstarter, right? But
yeah, sure.
if
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
made a game and you've really dedicated and put yourself in it and stuff like that, and you're getting those haters, you're doing something right, right? Because
yeah.
a lot of
And
times you'll be,
honestly,
go ahead.
uh, bad publicity is better than no publicity, and sometimes better than good publicity.
Indeed.
So, there's always that
There is
point.
no such thing as bad publicity.
Right. Yeah.
There really isn't. I
Right.
mean, yeah, you could get a guy that's trolling you pretty hard, but honestly, from what I've found, not only with marketing games, but getting yourself out there and Dark, I've told you this, just putting yourself out there, regardless of what state you're at, make those connections early. I like to say that a lot too. Even if you don't really have a whole lot to show for, start building that social media pretty quickly, right? Start getting people to take a look at it. Maybe find people that have similar interests, of what your game's about. Um, and then start building up that repetition. So by the time your game does come out and you launch on Steam or whatever platform you decide to launch on, you've got a pretty solid foundation of people that's ready and eager to play the game because you're communicating with them, posting screenshots, you're showing little snippets here and there. Even if that's not your suit of things, find somebody that is, right? Find somebody who's good at social media or that posts on Facebook all the damn time to keep up with that because that stuff really does help in the end. Yes, you're going to see a lot of negative, like Gary just said, but all of that stuff helps, right? And I think the people that we see a lot of YouTubers that make content based off of, oh, this game's trash or it's an asset flipper or something like that. You're always going to get this, right? You're always going to get those guys mainly because hate on Unity or Unreal. Unreal's not prone to it. You're going to get it in there too. But anytime you buy an asset, somebody's gonna say something, especially if it's like environmental asset, right? They'll be like,
Right.
"Oh, you bought the underworld cave environment. I can tell because I've seen this in multiple games." If you're
Right.
doing something to add value to that asset to put that in the game, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now, if you're
Oh yeah.
taking like their demo scene and you just stick it in and and you make a first person controller and all you do is like press X or something, there might be something wrong with that if that is your final game. But, why would I pay somebody $400 or $500, to make an asset for me and I can find exactly what I'm looking for on the asset store
Right.
and
Exactly.
it's $20. You know what I mean? Granted, a lot of these kind of people don't know that what it takes to get that thing working. Obviously, most of everybody in my chat, you're going to know this, but for the people that are watching on YouTube afterwards or anything like that, I I highly recommend getting knowledge before you say something because most of the time there is no such thing as plug and play, right? Nothing in the game design industry is plug and play. You have to work on that asset. You normally have to, add extra bits of code to it. You're going to have to get that working with something else. There's so many more aspects than what the eye normally meets in the first beginning when you just see something and be like, "Oh, I've seen that in another game."
Right.
More props to the artist that made it, right? If you want to say something, say, dude, that artist was absolutely amazing. Everybody loves his stuff. There is no reason to be negative in such a way to downgrade a developer because he's using asset store content or he's whatever. There is no reason for it. You want to be a troll somewhere.
Right.
That's what it boils down at the end.
Yeah. Well, and you get, depending on the person, you get a couple of people who they recognize something like that, and it makes them feel more important to point it out, and then they can trash it, and it makes them feel better about themselves, I guess. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. It's just a psychological thing. Um, and as a developer, you know, at least in my case, I've seen a lot more of that than positive things. And I've seen a lot of good positive things as well, but it makes it difficult sometimes, honestly. And, it is what it is. And so what I've found is, you sift through a lot of the junk and occasionally you find some actual constructive criticism and pointing things out that, you know, you might not have caught before that's an issue for some players and you didn't realize it. And somebody asked, I think, if this game was an early access, and the answer is no. I released it full go because when I went through all of my testing, I couldn't afford to put it out to 100 people. I had a select very small group of people who were willing to help me with that, and we went through everything and double checked, and at the time everything seemed fine. I was happy with it. I was also very burned out with the project because I've worked on this hardcore for about 5 years.
You will.
And oh yeah. And so I got to the point where I'm like, it's good to go. Time to release it. And then as soon as it gets in other people's hands, now more problems show up that you didn't see. And so, I've done quite a few iterations of it since the release, and as you can tell, there's a lot of big changes, big differences, and it
And
doesn't
there's
end.
nothing wrong with that. There is no such thing as the game can never not use improvement. The
Right.
game can always use improvement, right?
Well,
It
yeah,
at
look
that
at
point it's
every
just a
gaming
matter.
industry.
Yeah. At
Every
that
every
point it just
game.
matters about, when at what point do you stop, right?
Yeah.
If you have if your game, for example, is doing really well, maybe it takes dive down and you're not really getting too much income or something like that, consistently, then sure you can do uh you can probably, you know, add another DLC or something into it to kind of give it that one last hurrah type of thing.
Right.
But after so long, it is all right. Maybe it's time to work on something else, right? Don't get stuck just because, your game did really well for the first year and then it slowly dies down. That's typical. Move on from games. But, don't necessarily count that down and out either because a lot of the times, if somebody really did enjoy your game and you release something, they're going to come back to it, right?
Right.
So, find that balance of is it worth it to continue investing into what I already have? Should I take another leap of faith and go into something else and maybe take some of that money that you made from this game and go on to another game or go on to something? So, find that balance. No matter what stage you are in game design, right? And you're gonna
Right.
pivot a lot too. And you're gonna say, all right, this is my idea for the game, and this is exactly what I'm gonna do from beginning to end. You're gonna find out that you're just gonna have to pivot, right? So find out at what point do you stick with something, changing it as well. Don't get caught into the never ending, I'm gonna add this and this and this and this, and then you're
Right.
constantly adding it and you never put a game out. And then now
Yeah.
your game's completely outdated to compare to, some of the other things that are coming out. Keep that in mind too.
Absolutely. It's difficult. It really is.
Mhm.
Not just developing the game, it's managing everything else that comes along with it. And
Yeah. There's a
This
lot
was
of aspects. A lot of
I did
aspects.
not I didn't have a lot of very high expectations coming into this because I thought, I put a lot of work into this and I've had a lot of good feedback from my small community that I had, and I thought, there's a chance this could be semi-successful, at least fuel me enough to keep going and do something else. And and I've kind of reached that, but um I didn't have expectations coming into this that, oh, this is going to make me rich, or I'm going to be, it's a one and done type thing, or it's going to be flawless and everyone's going to love it. That just doesn't happen anyways. um so just managing that, your expectations is a big thing too, because like I said, it's my first project. I really don't know, it's my first experience, and it's been interesting to say the least.
I will say I can feel the dedication and the improvement I've made. So that is kind of that's a plus to you. Great on you for that for sure.
Thanks.
It looks really good. It feels really good. Um, overall, I think done a lot since last time we showed this off. Yeah, don't stop, man.
Yeah, i'm
You pick
gonna
up
i'm
those
gonna
lances.
keep going. You cannot.
I'm gonna absorb her, absorb the fire, bring it to myself.
I think that one spell I mentioned earlier that you missed is right near where um this save point was that you just loaded into.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just something else you can show people, I guess. It's pretty neat. Right to your right there.
Fire beam.
It's a spell, so it goes in one of your spell slots. Try.
I have to read.
I wonder what's going on. Maybe if you escape out of it and try again.
Power. Oh, I
Ah,
might have an base. I need to.
yeah. Faith controls your spell casting abilities.
Nope, still. Damn it. Oh, one of these times I might be powerful enough to wield the power. I love that, man. That's actually one of my favorite spells right there. Abilities. Love that ability. Super sick.
Yeah. There's a I don't know if you've seen the new trailer I have too, on the store page. It's a pretty I actually paid somebody to do that for me. Um, and I thought they did a phenomenal job. It looks awesome and it shows a lot more. So if somebody's interested, you can watch the trailer. You can see it on my store page, obviously, but without trying to plug that, it's also available on YouTube. Um, but yeah, pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, man. I will say, man, you've done a lot of really good work there. I will say it looks really good, dude.
Thank you.
Chaos. It's on Steam. You can pick it up if you would like. Uh, shout out to Jerry and Jerry's team. Uh, checking it out. But yeah, guys. So yeah, overall, I don't know if, like I said, I think my video might be somewhere. I might post it up to uh YouTube at some point, and you guys can check out the differences. I tell you, there is a lot of differences. A lot of differences. Uh, from last time I played it until now, looks super good. Oh, no problem, Jerry. So good. Good stuff. Might have to check out some of these people that made some of these characters.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff out there, and like we were talking about earlier, at least for the scope of the project that I wanted to complete, um, it's virtually impossible for one person to do by themselves, and that's why these communities exist. That's why the asset store exists. It's why Turbo Squid exists and CG Trader and all these people. You can buy work from other people,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
what they're
can't
there for. Use them.
yeah, I can't afford to hire somebody to work with me,
Yeah.
It's just it is
Struggle
what
is
it is.
real, there, brother. Struggle's real.
It sure is. That's the indie world, and I didn't
That's
want to.
that is the indie world.
Right.
Never say never, Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, well, I'll keep working on it, keep making it better, and just keep moving forward.
So far, I've had 4 hours of playtime in it. I'm
Somebody,
nowhere near. I've only done one boss and one mini boss, so
yeah, and
I did a
there's
lot of running around. That's what I did, and dying. I did a lot of dying.
there's
But
I think there's 9 total bosses, and I forget. I think 7 or 8. I can't remember the exact number because I just made changes. I had one really large area. I think we talked about this at one point on Discord. I had one really large area that I ended up having to split into two scenes basically because it was such a massive terrain and so many things going on, and I didn't have the resources to manage that. So, but down the road, definitely going to look at products like Sector. Um, and obviously Gaia Pro has been a huge asset for me.
yeah, honestly, Gaia Pro has made a lot of um. Definitely recommend checking out Gina Pro if you haven't heard.
Yeah,
That's
that's
our
another one.
latest and greatest, and boy, I tell you, I've had so much fun playing with. Um, and I can't wait to start really doing it. It makes your game.
Oh yeah, I really, if anybody hasn't seen it, check out the stream that these guys did. I think Adam was the one that um showed off a lot of the features, just building a scene from scratch, and I thought, man, it's incredible.
Yeah, I think Messy Coder. If you guys don't know who that is,
Yeah.
also, he's been in the industry a long time. Um, he did an interview. Adam showed off a lot of Gaia Pro, Gina Pro, Storm. You guys been asking about that. Connect, which is kind of a new thing that's kind of on the hush, but um, yeah, a lot of really cool stuff. Now we can support low poly, and it's just honestly amazing. A lot of the stuff we're coming out with, and even the future stuff that's not or that hasn't been talked about yet, um, is super crazy to see. I don't feel like I was made a world of difference, unintended. Yeah, the funny thing is, and I think somebody was asking me for my development side of things. I actually used Gaia 1 way before I ever got hired on with Procedural. And I had some YouTube videos of using Gaia 1 for my first game that I ever designed called Ozone Effect. Um, and I look at those videos and I'm like, holy cow, how did I ever use it compared to now? But back then, when I was using that, that was the best tool to use at the time. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to see what the next 10 years brings, or the next couple years or the next year, or whatever. Got some crazy stuff coming, and the more we develop it, it almost seems like that make my game button is definitely right around the corner, it feels like. But Gaia does make a world of a difference. Gina is just the sister it could have ever wanted. And they're a great products to put together. Pegasus, also, I think I mentioned here too, it was such a good way to use Pegasus cutscenes, making trailers or something like that. So if you don't know Pegasus, definitely check that one out. Um, Overall, dude, yeah, good stuff.
Thank you.
Oh man, we've had a lot of people submit stuff. Um, this go around. So I do want to kind of move on because I'm gonna upload this up to YouTube. We're already at 2 hours long, so let's
Yeah, move on.
let's go and
I'm sure they're tired of this.
let's keep going. No, dude, honestly, awesome stuff, man, and I can't wait to see what else you come up with, man.
All
So
right, thanks.
good stuff, bud.
Yep, appreciate it.
So, see ya, bud.
See ya.
Yeah. So that was Chaos. It's on Steam. Uh, CHAOS. Definitely check it out. If you guys are in that Dark Souls style of game. Um, more like an RPG. Check it out. Um, but yeah, we got some more stuff to look out or look at. Yeah, we got more stuff to look at. All right. So we checked out Dark. We checked out Project. Who else is in chat right now? Who else is in chat that I haven't looked at your game? Any of you guys in chat right now? Poppy Stone. I don't know. Poppy, did you send me a game? I can't remember, to be honest with you. Name kind of sounds familiar. I feel like you might have. Don't honestly. No. Okay. I just don't want to miss anybody. Us. Oh, okay. Direct. Buffalo, did you send me the latest and greatest of yours? Because I don't think I have the latest and greatest. Or unless you just want to show this off. Maybe I can share your screen. Yeah, I don't think you sent me. Guys, if you don't know, the next one we'll do, depending on what he does, is Buffalo. He has a game called Karth. We've checked it out before. I think we checked it out 5 minutes. Okay. We checked it out last time. He's definitely done some really cool improvements and some new stuff in there. So I'm definitely. I'll shoot you the zip. Okay. Um, Definitely recommend checking it out. That over. We'll take little Luxies. While he's doing that, let's take a look at Alan. Alan, I don't think you're here, but you can catch the vid. He made a game called Lamara Journey in Time. So far the videos that he's posted actually look really, really good. And we're gonna check out one of his YouTube vids that he sent me. It's a low poly style, so it's gonna be a little different than what we have been seeing. But I honestly think that it looks super, super good. Let's see. We'll check out his last video he did. He's doing a bunch of dev diaries. This is actually something that's not really new to game dev, but something I've been noticing a lot of. And I like this idea. These game dev diaries. One, it's a chance to kind of show off your game, in such a way that you talk about maybe a week or 2 weeks of stuff that you've done, and I think it's a really good way to kind of show off what your intentions are and what this game's going to be about. Get people in and posting up YouTube. Not the first time I've seen this, but it's definitely not going to be the last time I see it. Like on YouTube, yeah, like on YouTube. Um, so this isn't a perfect example. This is his Dev Diary number 4. I've seen all his 1, 2, and 3. So definitely recommend checking him out. And get an idea maybe. Um, I'll post the link. There's that link. And then yeah, let's take a sneaky peek.
Hi, I'm Alan, and this is Lamora, a journey in time. Let's jump into Dev Diary number 4 to see what we've done this week.
Yeah, so he's doing weekly ones.
So for those that joined us last week for Dev Diary 3, you'll recognise this area here and this whole section actually, because we built this from the ground up. So if you haven't seen that yet, then be sure to go and have a look, because it was quite fun doing it, and I think we got some really good results with building it and then getting the lighting in as well. But I've actually built 2 areas this week. One is through there and one is this way, so we'll go and have a look at this one first. So this actually builds a big part of the story, this area here, and it's to do with the way the aliens themselves are replacing the human race. They're trying to clone them, and they're trying to put people in that they control so that they can destroy the power.
I gotta remember, actually, I've got to be careful showing off other YouTube vids. I don't think he's gonna mind too much, but yeah, I forgot about that because I'm gonna be posting these up to YouTube. Don't want my portion of audio to be likes to do that. So we'll be careful through here. But I do want to point out a lot of cool things. And this is a very interesting way to use low poly. From what I understood so far, and hopefully I get this right. You're basically it's kind of like a puzzle type game. And you're not really fighting an alien race, but this superior alien race is destructing mankind or trying to end the world. And your whole purpose is to go through and like solve these puzzles or do these tasks or these quests, um kind of combat them, but also change humanity because humanity is kind of corrupted. Which is really cool. Definitely space agey. Um, when he was working on this, it actually looks really cool for type style or polygon. Um, game isn't released. It will be on PC initially. But they are looking into going. Excuse me. They are looking into going to PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. And then they're using Gaia 2, or they started using Gaia 2. Now they're going Gaia Pro and Gina Pro. One of the things that they liked about the tool was the ease of getting things started with weather, sounds, day and night cycles work straight out of the box. Gaia Pro allows that with the procedural world sky and the time of day. And you can actually set all that up and, change the time scale and all that. Which tool is their favorite asset and why? Gaia, although there is a learning curve, which, yes, there is, in that, but there is a learning curve to it to get Gaia to do the things that you want. But once you've learned those rules and you can generate some really trains, I'm confident that I can just spawn my world and I'll set up with something that looks beautiful. Looks pretty polished. I don't generate gravitate towards poly, but I could probably play this. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of low poly. It's just not my thing. I like realism. But the way that so far this is shaping up to be looks really well. One of the other things that I saw was doing a bunch of lighting for this main corridor here. And I think and some of his lighting techniques was really really nice. Um, Overall, it looks really good. Definitely recommend watching his dev diaries. Um, and checking out. But he's got like new age mixed with old age, and they're trying to like preserve human way. Um, but so far it looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, this is that lighting he was last time, last dev. Um, yeah, looks super clean actually. Um, I'd love to see some environmental things. I think actually, write this over. So here's some of the environmental side of things, which is pretty nice. Um, so you can go on a planet and look like, and I don't know if there's gonna be multiple planets. I haven't talked to him about it. But overall, the space looks pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Um, yeah, I like the grass and vegetation. And I've seen what I've really seen that's really interesting is when you mix low poly with kind of higher fidelity trees and stuff. That's kind of what he's doing. Which is a really interesting look. Kind of clash the two together. But if you clash them together, sometimes it just kind of cruddy. But he's done it in such a way it actually looks really nice. And this, what I'm kind of referring to, is this picture right here. And you can get away with stuff like that, and it just looks super clean, even though it's low poly. Um, so that is a very interesting take onto what design aspect, um, which way you want to take it. Um, Super clean, super. But yeah, yeah, definitely look out to more stuff from him. And hopefully we can catch him next. So hope you feel better, bud. Let's see. Bar War. All right, let's check out this. This is Bar War. Keep clicking on the wrong one. Sorry, chat. Don't mind me. I am pretty new. All right, so we're gonna take a look at this. It's called the Far War. It's not released. He's making a quick prototype, but it should be released by the end of 2021. PC, Mac, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X. It's using Gaia 2, and I plan on buying Gaia Pro and others from PW. Best thing he likes about the tools. The best Gaia is that it has almost everything I need. The runtime and lighting, a light matte bake, makes the game look a lot more beautiful. Gaia 2 and Pro is his favorite because it allows you to create quick trains with all cool stamps. And you can definitely customize those stamps the way you want, and you're not, bound to our. So let's take a look, see what we got going. I had to split this video up a bit. Bar War. I think I've seen. Oh yeah, now I remember this. I do. I like the vegetation, the ground coverage. Grass looks really. Oh, that's the animation's really nice. Pretty synced. And I will say animations, and if you're shooting projectiles, It's actually really hard to get pointed. Shooting up what like the animation of drawing the bow, shooting the bow, and the projectile actually hitting something and getting those to come together is rough. Little Assassin's Creed style here. Pretty cool. Oh, got ruined there. Transition was a little harsh there, I would say. That could have been a little cleaned up there. I don't know what weather he's using, guy or not. Definitely kind of. I like the character model. 3D Forge. Yeah, it is. I like the pathing. Pathing's not easy. Little crawling animation. That's pretty. Like he's a stealthy ninja. Like the bow setup a lot. Yeah, the bow's pretty nice. I'd really like to see some combat in this video. Kind of looks like the Procedure World Sky, but not at the same time, so it's a little hard to tell. Sniper guy. Looks pretty nice though. So far it looks pretty nice. Other than that transition, I think overall it looks pretty good. Nothing's colliding with each other, so that's pretty nice. Seems to be running really good too. Not bad. I will say the texture quality, if this is that whole vocal point thing, right? If there's something up here that the player needs to get, I would probably improve the texturing on this wall a bit. Right? Mainly because to me this looks kind of cruddy, being very, very low res, and it almost seems like this is scaled really large. Now it is a castle, and it can be okay if that's the case, but maybe increasing this resolution a bit on the texture itself might actually bring this to life. But again, that kind of depends. Is this a place that the player actually needs to go? If so, I would consider, cleaning that up a bit, right? Cleaning up vocal points of what the character's going to see. This is right smack dab in your face as the player, right? And if I look at this, I'm like, that kind of looks a little, I mean, the wood looks nice though. The wood looks, pretty spot on there. I do like the climbing capability. Upscaling in games is pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, the character controller does seem fluid. So that's pretty cool. But overall, vegetation looks pretty nice. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, so he's using the new Gaia because I can tell the trees are actually moving. But that adds some life to it. Maybe add some of the VFX in there a bit, especially running through like the foresty areas. Location discovered. I like that. Reminds me of Skyrim a bit. Pretty cool. The texturing out here doesn't even look that bad too, which is pretty interesting. That doesn't look that bad, right? It's not a major vocal point, but they're still gonna see it, so it's okay to reduce a little bit on that, right? The ground textures look really good. That's pretty good. A little upscaling there. Not bad. So unlimited shooting. You may have a chance of shooting more than one bow at a time, or more than one arrow at a time. Castle models are cool. Yeah, castle models pretty cool. Just that wall. I don't know what it is about that wall. Kind of irks me. Mainly, like I said, as long as that's a focal point, probably increase the res. That looks really nice. You know, adding in some, like I said, VFX would probably bring this to life a lot more as well, depending on what state. Almost looks like God. The moon, clouds look like. So yeah, really cool stuff there, bud. But yeah, really cool stuff. Navigation system, yeah, that nav system. All right, so I'm just waiting on Buffalo. Dire Ray Studios. So yeah, do you guys have any questions maybe about just overall development, game dev in general? Waiting on Buffalo. And do you guys like this kind of stuff? Do you guys like seeing this kind of stuff? Been an informative night for sure. Down to drop in next round. Good. That's kind of what I want, right? I want these to be formative uh and maybe show you guys some things before you even your own development. Maybe there's a question that comes and I didn't hear the call. I'm sorry, buds. Hey, brother.
Hello.
Happening, my dudes.
I'm tired.
Tired? Nah, it's only 8:30, man.
I know. We had our twins.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have every right to be tired right now.
Yeah. It's incredible. They're darn cute, but oh my gosh.
You have to send me some pictures.
I will. I will surely. Oh, no, it's good.
Feel bad for you. I was the twin, man, Aaron. I don't know if my twin's in the chat right now, but I feel bad for my dad, man. Feel bad for my dad, my parents, man.
Oh yeah.
Feels bad.
All right, so I am loading this up. Bam. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send you a link.
You just want to share your screen with me? Maybe talk about it for.
I could, but it's way nicer if you do it.
All right, fine, buds. All right.
Okay, it'll just take a little bit, and we can talk about it. Hold on. Sorry, it took a minute.
You're fine, bud.
Cool. Okay, there's that. I do have a couple of things I wanted to share with you. I don't know if it works, so give me a second here. I'm working on it.
Can't scan for viruses. Oh, buds. Too big. I don't know, man. My antivirus. It's
we know
alright.
each other.
I'm running VPN.
Yeah. I got you. I want 4 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say if my computer crashes, you're gonna have to give me another one. Now that's the time where I have to make my computer crash just so you can give me.
Sign this.
Have a good night, everyone. I have to take off. Hey, Jerry, take it easy. Thanks for sharing your game with us, brother. I really appreciate that.
It was really cool looking, Jerry. You're doing awesome work.
Yeah, after this one, I think I'm gonna call it after this. It's been about 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna have to do some edits on the good old YouTube vid. I am gonna post these up to YouTube, on my channel. Like I said, exclamation, YouTube, I believe is what it is. There you go. There's that, and then that's where everything would be posted to. So if you guys missed anything, or maybe you want to, listen back on some of the stuff that we talked about, I'm gonna start posting them up there. It's gonna be a whole new series. Like I said, I'm really gonna start getting into these game aids with worlds, and also the game dev tricks and tips are gonna be on there as well. Which I'm gonna start making some of the videos in the near future, along with some Gaia stuff, and Procedure World stuff in general, and that will be on Adams. So yeah, be sure to check all that stuff out, guys. More content, the more merrier. All right. More stuff you guys can yell at me for. What I live for. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We saw a lot of really cool stuff tonight. I definitely have a lot more to show off, but I think I'm gonna end it on this one and save some stuff for next week. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to do these every Friday, and then hopefully I'll start doing game dev tricks on Wednesdays. Maybe stream on for actual like game or like tutorial stuff, QA type stuff. I'm really getting into the whole streaming stuff again. Now that Gina Pro's out, it's kind of settling down a bit. As long as I can get your guys' questions answered and have some time, I'm cranking out some stuff. Mainly, try to really work on that kind of. Oh, nice.
Yeah. We are setting up the store page.
Yeah, but it's
Slow and steady, which Steamworks, man. That'd be a cool one just to do a tutorial video for people. That's a
actually, I don't know if I can download this thing, dude. Like it's cutting off my stream.
Okay. Weasel Internets. I could try and bring it up, and you could.
I've got a gig up and a gig down, so it shouldn't be a problem. But it's showing me that my stream disconnected.
I see you still going. You did kind of lag for a minute there.
Yeah, now it's showing me that I'm back.
Yeah, we worked out a lot of stuff, and then we gave ourselves couple.
Yeah, I had to refresh. Yeah. I'm going to stop the download because I think it's like 3 gigs. Cool. But yeah, if you want to share your screen with me, I can,
sure.
I can just do it that way.
Let me bring her up and turn on MSI Afterburner here.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the deal is. I had a gig up and a gig down, and it's acting like there's a problem.
Let's see here.
Do a message.
Share screen.
Yeah, I completely.
Is that working?
One sec. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, differences from the last time you showcased one of our player versus player maps, and this is actually the main campaign map.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, you got some NPCs going on now. Nice.
Yeah, we spent some time always optimizing and doing that. I went back and forth too many times trying to figure out what's the best way to get like optimized skin meshes and different things with different assets. And realistically, we found Mantis LOD Professional seems to do a really quick job and pretty well. So I don't know if I'll be able to, might be able to see if I zoom out that guy right next to me. Instead of just the LODs, you could see some of those people by that light are getting cold out. So that's actually Mantis instead of the LODs. It has this runtime progressive mesh, which helped us tremendously. You'll recognize like this armor.
Yeah.
So like even those guys, you know, when they end up being like 50,000 or whatever, but his progressive mesh it did a really good job from what you saw. So yeah, so we'll have to wait for the little bit of stuff. But yeah, basically, we set this up. We got the bars, different bars up there, and we got hunger and thirst more or less worked out. So I can equip an apple and eat the apple, and the hunger and thirst bars will be replenished. We worked out a merchant, but something happened right before I was making this build for you. I don't know, some script was missing, so the merchant usually was standing right here, our test merchant, but I just took him out because he was tossing errors. Something was wrong, but it was working, which was pretty cool.
Gotta love that, brother. Gotta love
I was
that.
excited. And it was working over the network as well. So this game, for anyone that didn't see it before, is multiplayer. We're gonna let hosts choose what type of game, private, public, how they want. So it will not be a MMO, but really dependent. I think we will open up the server files for people, even though that will kind of open things up for cheaters more, but because it's not really a that's kind of the down
corrupt your own game.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Not
it's
everybody
not
else's.
yeah, it's not an MMO, so if hosts can ban people and boot people, you know, they're through Steam, then I think we'll be all right doing that. And we do plan to open it up for mods as well.
Oh, zoom out a bit, like all the way. Yeah, this world is pretty massive. Yeah, I ran around in it last time. It was pretty crazy, actually.
Well, and that was only one. That was one of our PvP maps. So realistically, we're using sector. So you're not able. Let's go for a jog. You're not able to see how big it is because we haven't set up your guys' proxy mesh yet. We've figured out and worked out a decent workflow for it, we think, so we can have those very low poly mesh terrains in place when sector takes away the actual terrain chunk.
Well, I like that boat there. Is that boat having an interior?
They do have. There's actually a little guy. I don't know if you can see him. Hold on here. A little sailor pirate captain there.
Can you go to the boat? I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah.
I really want to see that now.
Sorry yeah.
For
oh, it's all good.
That's almost like it looks like a galleon, but it's small enough to be almost considered like a brig. But
yeah, she's not a
sloop.
Nope.
She looks like a
and
brig.
it kind of looks like looks like a brig, but it kind of looks like the galleon too, like you're saying. I kind of know some
The
of my
galleon
older boats.
reminds me of because it's got 3 sets of sails.
Yep.
Reminds me of the whole galleon. But
Need a
I'll cut the water there a bit.
yeah. I was just noticing the same thing. I
How
know
long
some
are the day and light cycles? Looks like it's
they're about 100. I think it's 120 minutes right now, which we have a testing team that's slowly growing in size. So if anybody is actually interested, I can't
there's
make it
no
all
way.
for it.
Yeah, I was about to say there's no way. Is it an interior too? Like, can you actually go in the bottom of the boat? No, it's not.
No, nope, not the full-on boat, which would be amazing though. So somebody should make those in the asset store.
Yeah, dude, that I swear I've looked and looked and looked for boats with interiors. I've only found one, but it's really, it doesn't look as good as that one does.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Pretty solid.
And I can't remember. I might have found it on CG Trader or something like that. I don't
yeah,
have.
actually. That
Apparently, she's not moving. I think she's stuck on the sand there.
got the anchor.
Yeah, she's chilling. Okay, we'll go run around. Let's see here.
I did see another boat off in the distance. Is that the same boat, or is that?
I think we have 2 different ones. I don't know if they're on here right now. Because we had so many people in our Discord when they first saw the boat was like, "Can we sail the boats? Can we sail the boats?" And we're like, "Eh." So I think we're gonna. I think plan is to early access on Steam. So I think we'll make that one of our goals towards full release is actually get some saleable boats and stuff. Because why not? It's not a it's not a pirate game by any means. But why
I'm a
not
sucker,
have?
dude.
Yeah, I mean boats are amazing. Like I'm into it. Some little rowboats and stuff. And okay, let's check out some stuff. Let's see. So
It
we do.
is now.
Yeah, it is now. So we did figure out getting some bow and arrow stuff going. Also, this just happened. The crossbow, which was pretty sweet. I don't want to shoot anybody in here. Let's go run around. See if I can find someone. Keep your eyes out. I put some rabbits in the game, but they are quite small. Ah! Oh yeah.
Oh, you just did that rabbit dirty.
Yeah, you done.
Okay, so you got a cap on arrows. Okay.
Yeah, and so we're trying to figure it out.
UI looks pretty
cows. Nice. It's okay. It's so we went back and forth over the last year multiple times and tried most of the third person controllers and wrote our own, and then ended back with a lot of what we had done and then tied it in with Invector to save time. So this is kind of Invector through the roof, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Even like the Invector guys, I was like, we changed so much of your stuff. But they did a lot of things right just with movement and different things that we were kind of struggling with. So and as far as for the vegetation for people, we got Veg Studio Pro integrated with the vegetation engine and some of our own added stuff actually to that. But there is some bigger wildlife. I don't know if I'm in the right direction. So the plan is to have initially the whole thought was a survival game with RPG elements. So we just did the basics of that. It won't look anything like this, but functionality wise, it is working and it's doing different stuff. So we're excited with that we just even got to that point.
I like the HUD
But
there though.
yeah, it's decent. It was we redid some of Invector's, but I think we're gonna redo it for sure. We got what was I gonna say? Our community Discord's pretty active, and the testers are giving us some really good feedback. There we go. Bam.
Damn.
All right, so
Kill shot.
I don't know what happened. So we'll definitely switch it up because it doesn't make sense. But you could see some meat slab that we can harvest. It's just set right now kind of on tester mode, so we'll unlimitedly do it and no animations. But there's actually chance of different loot drops and stuff. So excited about that, making those first steps forward. Then I guess for some of the people that haven't seen,
I love this spell. Those are super.
oh, I was going to, but I just want to shoot him. Oh, I'm so good at this. She must be so quiet. Okay, let's go see if we can go run around a little more. I don't know what.
I hate the fact that you have such good vegetation. I'm glad you do. Vegetation is.
Yeah, and it's
I will say
thick.
though that the new Gaia Pro vegetation has been blowing my mind on how good it is.
It is really nice. You guys stepped your game up for sure. But for what we had already, and we used Gaia Pro, definitely. And I will try. I can't remember. There's an asset on the asset store. I think it's like Terrain Quality Manager, I believe, and I don't think it's too expensive. And it actually allows you to select your terrain or multiple terrains and change the resolution and different things. So standardly, it allowed us. We built this really big terrain, cut it up with sector, and then was able to actually select all of those terrains and give ourselves higher resolution to do the different paths and stuff that we started setting up, but then lower it back down afterwards for optimization reasons. But we could actually have skinnier paths. So we were able to. Okay, so this is going to be a short. We're only going to go so far. I don't know if you guys can see the top bar. There is our health bar. Which is now decreasing because our hunger. Yes, and our thirst. So the survival elements are there. I think we can maybe eat some of these guys.
Oh,
Maybe
you're just gonna eat that raw meat, huh, buds?
I think yeah, there we go. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah, the raw meat. I think it drops your thirst down by like 50, but we're already dying
dehydrated. It's okay,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
What is the greenish light? Aurora?
Yes. Aurora, like Aurora Borealis.
Aurora, like the lighting asset.
We have Enviro, which they do have an Aurora Borealis.
Back when you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just.
Okay, I was really excited to make this bridge, but I think oh well.
You're gonna need a horse, buds.
Yeah, I think was that some games have rent the boat or whatever and teleport to the other side.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You gotta make the bridge. You gotta make the bridge worth it and have a bridge toll like halfway through the set. Just jumps on the bridge and it's like butts.
I gotta fix that.
Oh yeah.
All right, bug testing as we go.
So
So
what
basically,
what these
Oh.
tutorial or what these videos really are is for people to show off their games and then see where the problems are when they're showing them off. Rewatch the video, go back and fix the areas that they saw. That's what this is all about, chat.
pretty much, I did fix the last time you were playing. You jumped inside of my trees because the capsule colliders
Yeah, I did.
or the box colliders were not high enough.
Did that definitely happened?
Oh yeah,
Ooh, what a shot!
yeah.
Oh, he stood back up. Oh, that's so
Oh.
cool. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh
He
yeah,
just
take
knocked him down. He gets back up. He's like, "Oh, I'm unfazed." I don't know if that's intended, but
it is with these guys.
okay.
I think I need to shoot. So there's Sector. You can see as we still got the dev stuff going on. Oh man,
You need to headshot him, buds. That's the only way to kill a zombie. Come on.
we all know this, and for some reason the magic's not working. I don't know what my problem is here. Give me
Maybe-
magic.
Maybe because you have a bow on.
Maybe. I didn't think about that.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
We're about to
Magic
get-
axe. Magic axe. But you can see here we do have some bugs. So see this? For one, the arrows are in them, but you want to be able to pick up arrows, but not really while they're inside of your enemy. And the
Nah,
second
buds. That's great. That's good stuff right there. I want to be able to rip that out, put it back on my bow, and shoot him again with it.
yeah. And the second bug is if I pick it up, it actually gives me a banana right now. Game dev problems.
Oh, that's perfect.
I think I can figure it out. I give me banana because we're hungry anyway. It'll work.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, we had the twins right after I released the version for everyone, and they were sending me
Yeah.
some pretty funny stuff. A flying cow and the grabbing bananas. Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a headshot. He should be dead.
it should be.
Headshots, man. That was a zombie headshot. Is the bow sticking out of his head now? Or the arrow sticking out?
It should be. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
buds. Pick up
Okay,
that
so
banana and shoot him again.
I think the funny thing is it says banana, but it seemed to me like I got more arrows. I don't know about that.
I don't think so, unless you're capped at 41. Try it again.
I might. Oh my
Ragdoll
gosh.
settings right there, bud.
Yeah.
Ragdoll.
Grant-
That's Ragdoll.
Right? Grand Theft Auto 3 did that for all of us. Okay. Here we go. Let's get out of here. We'll go check this out. So I think we have 14 different wildlife that you'll be able to hunt. And I just picked up and made a contract with the guy to make us some fish. We want to try and figure out some fishing. Before I'm guessing.
Do you have crafting? Crafting a thing?
We do. We have the very basics, crafting and building. But really the basics of it. And I haven't, so we're not online right now, but everything we've been doing, because it is a multiplayer game, just takes those, as you know, Brian, or anyone else doing it, it takes extra steps to make it work.
Yeah.
Network. So it would work, but it's not. Our network guy actually, and that they're doing all right. Thank God. His whole family, little kids, his high school son, wife, him, all got COVID, and they're okay. But he literally, I talked to him last week, and he could barely talk. So everyone try and stay safe out there. It is a real thing. And so he's on kind of hiatus, but here we go. Come on. Oh yeah.
That's nasty. No, what you should do is craft a bow and a rope, or an arrow and a rope.
Oh, that'd
and
be
then
perfect.
Do an extra setting where it ties it to itself to the bow, or you can, whatever. And then you shoot a fish, and then you reel in that At Arrow. Game dev.
Game
Now
dev stuff.
is this the werewolf? Or
So that this is a different map completely than what you played on.
okay.
Yeah, but same asset. This is, I think, these
Underworld
are
cave environment.
Underworld cave. Yep, and they are really, really cool. I like
dig
it.
them a lot. I love them.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. So we have those, and we have. Oh, after you.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say now, chat. This is what I was talking about earlier, right? Granted, I knew exactly what asset this was, but this is a new way of interpreting that asset compared to what it was, originally designed for. Yes, it was supposed to be an underworld cave environment, which it is, quote unquote, a cave, but it's almost developed in such a way that it looks super clean and it's done way differently than what was originally looked at or how they developed it, right?
Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay,
There's a bear.
we
Yeah,
got the
you're about to
bear.
About to get
I'm about.
creamsicles.
Yeah, I am. Let's get the magic axe out. All right, come on. Not that you'll start with the magic axe by any means. The plot of our game is medieval light fantasy setting in a made-up world that me and some friends actually played some Dungeons and Dragons years ago, and we just made up this world and then decided to make a game out of it years later. But basically, 4 gods, 3 of them were good. They thought the 4th one was good. He wasn't. He's slowly behind their backs. Did some I don't want to give away too much, but did some things to weaken his brothers and sisters. So there we go. So next thing you know, he released all this different evil and things like this on Karth. And there's about 6 major cities on the continent. That was one of them that we start at, and 2 of those cities will be kind of safe places initially when you start the game, and you could choose where to start. But like I said, we're going to open it up for mods and let people host their own servers. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens even on this big map, where I just kind of want people to try and survive and maybe, not a Souls like so much, but there would be at the very kind of end of the map, the ridiculously you should be all leveled out with a group of friends to try and fight a god kind of a thing. But I'm interested to see if and when we open it up for mods, what happens. So
This almost gives me that Skyrim feel. Cave.
a little bit. And that I really did like that of Skyrim. Besides the 5-hour loading screens of going in and out of the cave. So this asset and some other ones, and just Mesh Combined Studio and their stuff. That's kind of been the thought. Is I really do want to have a truly huge and flushed out kind of underworld area in the game, because realistically Gaia Pro is taking care of everything above ground and all that beautiful stuff, and but below ground there's and realistically it's a full on, there's more space below ground if you think about it than there is above ground to actually walk around on, because there just is. So yeah, all right, let's get out of here. Keep running. Yeah, it definitely looks pretty good, and
Love this cave. Yeah, the cave's.
it's gonna. We're gonna get there. I just went through all Steam and business and all that stuff was set up, but finally just pulled the trigger and started getting Steam together.
Now, guys, that if you're planning on sending on or releasing your game on Steam, Greenlight isn't a thing anymore. Steam went away with Greenlight, right? Now I don't know if you're in that cusp because they're in their transition period, but did you still have to pay the $100 to put your on Steam?
We did.
Okay.
Yep.
But you will have to tell me if you have to go through. But I don't. I'm pretty sure.
Steamworks is what it is now.
Oh, okay. That you don't have to go green light anymore. Which green light just meant that you had to go through like a waiting process period, which to me means absolutely nothing because they don't filter their games like they should, in my opinion. But is there?
Yeah.
But-
Yep. Yeah, it didn't take long. It took me it literally would have taken about an hour, and they said 5 to 7 business days. So there we go.
Yeah, but
I got a little bit of terrain being weird right there. See that? Fix that part. But yeah,
Slide in
up
the
to a
cave,
week,
too.
and it was yeah. That's why, because I used the Unity. But yeah, so we were able to get these different trains. Let's see if we can find some more wildlife real quick and
texturing
show.
looks really nice.
Yeah, that's Gaia Pro's texturing with a little help with microsplat. CTS was my go-to, but microsplat has just a couple features that I think when you guys do your new CTS, whatever it's called, you guys will have it as well. So I'll definitely pick that up. But some of the things I wanted to implement, and then okay, let's just run.
Yeah, I think
See if
technically they give you your $100 back after you make 1,000 or
1,000. Yes, that's
I mean,
was the deal.
you'll get it
wasn't
back,
bad.
but
Yep. You just have to have your business license or a sole proprietor or a LLC or I guess incorporated or whatever the equivalent for the country you live in is. Your bank routing information. And then they asked me for a picture of my driver's license and then a passport and or social security card. Which I was all right with all that. And it took one day. So I'm really excited. It's then afterwards there's a lot, and that's the whole other side of this game dev stuff that I don't know.
is that it? Yeah. No, just your firstborn and
Yeah.
you know, you gotta sign in blood.
Oh, did I miss?
Oh, that is the first time you missed. He does not care that you shot him.
No.
Or shot at him. Like, nah, it's good. I can still graze right here.
I want my banana back.
Oh yeah, those bananas, man. Woo.
And it should. There we go. And the meat will unlimited meat for testing purpose. There we go.
Raleigh
we're outta here.
meat. Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting. I know all the rest of you guys. Every little thing that gets worked out, you know, in the game is huge. And for me, just being able to like kill one of those deer and get some meat I was jumping around.
That's a big step, man. That's a big
It
step. Every small baby step is a big step in game dev, for sure. For sure. But yeah, overall it looks really nice. I like how it's coming together.
Thank you. And just to show as the trains keep loading, that's just it keeps going forever. Here's some farmland stuff. Yeah, so we're excited, and I don't know if Scribbles or those guys are in here, but there's a indie game alliance that we talked about last time you did this that's actually getting going, and all of us try and help each other. I think we're all going to be able to do pretty well, but sharing knowledge and that stuff I think is really important for all of us. Oh, what are you attacking me?
You know,
what?
That is one of the sole purposes of these, kind of sharing knowledges and you know, seeing some of the challenges, also some of the overcomings. You know, with Buffalo here, you know, even if you watch some of our early ones, compared to what he has now.
Oh,
It's a
night
lot
and
of
day.
progress. Yeah. And for me, seeing that is really awesome. You know what I mean? Um, not only do I, I talk to Buffalo quite often, but some of you guys that I talk to on a regular basis, asking questions or what have you, and then actually seeing your projects that I've been helping with, or maybe I've answered a question with, kind of means a lot more to actually see it and see some of the progress and stuff. So, that is one of the things that I like about doing this kind of, I think some of you guys as well. I think I had a guy not that long ago reach out to me and ask me when I was going to do another one of these. I actually hadn't thought about doing another one for a while because things just got too crazy. But I like I said, I'm kind of reworking Twitch, my streams a lot more, and I'm getting the YouTube set up to maybe post these. Actually, I will post these. This video I will post. So like I said, if you guys want to check back in, or maybe we talked about something that you may forgot about, or want to ask questions about next time, that sort of thing, you guys can do that. And I just want to do a whole game dev side of things in general, because that's what we're kind of all here for, and kind of see some of your guys' games, and I'll be definitely playing quite a few of them. 'Cause
Well, you get
Oh
free
my God.
copies, bud.
yeah,
Oh, here
that's
we
what
go,
I
here
do
we
it for. It's the free copies, man. No, but seriously, honestly, I've seen a lot of really cool stuff come, and I think some of the work that you guys are doing, nice shot, is
Yeah, the crossbow's gnarly. Oh,
oh, nice.
we gotta switch it a little bit. We're using like a raycast like projectile, like a bullet, so it's not quite perfect because it's not doing any drop. I don't think yet.
Meat and bananas.
Meat and
Headshot.
bananas. Yeah, but I'm excited. I think what you're doing and seeing what so many other people, like, you've been super helpful to a lot of us, and
Thanks, dude.
I see a lot of, oh, and there's the fatty meat. So we do have it on odds for what stuff you'll get, but realistically, you want to show a bloody mess when you're done, remove the body, all that stuff. But I think you doing these are really helpful and inspirational. I was busy with the twins, but seeing that Souls like that, was it Chaos?
Yeah,
Is that what that
chaos.
game was? Chaos? That game looked amazing and completely, like, I was really excited. And it seemed like one person, more or less.
Yeah, I think he's got a couple people, but very very small. And that's the other thing too, is maybe somebody might run past this. And as you guys get done with your games, I'm more than happy to to post a video or show off to the community some of the games that you guys have made. Maybe help out with marketing in that aspect for you guys. Show off some that type of stuff. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be the next Brackies by any means, but I at least want to try to get up there, right? And drop, help with some of my knowledge that I have, and collectively the knowledge of everybody that I talk to, um, gain information from each other. Everybody knows here probably has watched a game dev YouTube video at some point in their life, in their game dev life, and I've done it. I've done it thousands of times. I used to watch Brackies religiously when I first started developing. Sad to
For
see
sure.
him go, but I get it. And whoever kind of takes his place is gonna have some big shoes to fill. But you are dead. Nice.
I finally died of hunger, it looks like.
Starved to death.
I did. That was kind of
But
ridiculous. And apparently there's that bug
When you die in Zoom mode.
with Zoom mode. Good to know.
So, but that's kind of what I really want all of these things to turn into: a collection of knowledge from everybody, um, and you know, all these different things. Um, but yeah, well, I appreciate you showing me, brother. Looked,
No, for sure. I'll
looked
toss
really
a.
good there.
We don't have the Steam page up yet. It'll probably be a week, but we do have our community Discord. So I don't know if I can drop it in here. I can try.
Yeah, you should be.
There we go. So if anybody's interested on taking a look or talking to us about stuff,
Oh, you like the new clean cut butts? Like that?
it looks
Oh,
good.
All clean
It
cut
looks
now.
good.
I had to get cleaned up this weekend.
I had a lot of fun as usual, and I hope you keep doing these things because
I'm gonna
I
start doing
think
a lot more.
I think they're gonna. It's just gonna start growing.
Yeah, I want to get a pretty decent community going, and you know, like I said, show off all your guys' stuff that you guys are doing. That's what kind of this is all about, and you know, maybe help in the ways that I can, besides just on the professional level of just supporting you guys, and that sort of thing. So that's what it's all about, my man. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. I've got a lot of editing to do, about 3 hours worth of editing, so about 3 hours long. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Buffalo, thanks again, brother, for coming
sure.
on, and
Always.
congratulations on the twins, there, brother.
Ooh, I'm
Congratulations.
gonna help feed them here in a minute. It looks like so. Thank you guys. Everyone, stay safe.
Hey, buzz.
Bye, bud.
So yeah, I have a couple more games for next time. I'm gonna show that off. Really honestly, we went through quite a bit tonight, so I think I'm gonna call it there. But thank you everybody for coming out. Thanks for all the follows and the love there. Dorse, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, means the. So yeah, without further ado, we'll catch you next time, guys. Appreciate it. Safe.